Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Kentucky's lieutenant governor is resigning to take a position under the president. Details on his new job next.
A car overturns into a Woodford County creek and an officer sees the whole thing.
And former Harlan County girls basketball coach Anthony Nolan pleads not guilty to charges related to an alleged inappropriate behavior. WKYT News at 4:30 starts now. Good afternoon to you. Late this afternoon, we learned that embattled Superintendent Tom Shelton is stepping down. Shelton has led the school district here in Fayette County since 2011.
In his announcement, he says he will be leaving the Fayette County public school system to become the next executive director of the Kentucky Association of School Superintendents.
Shelton's resignation will be effective December 31st. We're going to have much more on this developing story for you coming up on WKYT News at 5. But again, Tom Shelton here in Fayette County stepping down as the superintendent.
A man is recovering this afternoon. He crashed his car, police say, into a central Kentucky creek overnight.
It happened just after 1 this morning off Old Frankfort Pike in Woodford County near the Fayette County line. Police say the driver rounded a curve too quickly and flipped into the water. Whitney Wetzel has reaction from an officer who saw that crash and rushed to help.
Police say it was lucky that one of their officers was in this area when a man lost control of his car and overturned in a creek.
Yeah, I was out in the area on patrol, observed a vehicle coming around the corner at a high rate of speed, left the roadway, and went down the embankment.
Just before 1 o'clock this morning, a Versailles police officer saw a driver round a curve too quickly and flip into South Elkhorn Creek. This happened on Old Frankfort Pike, close to the Fayette County line. The officer was stationed on the other side of the bridge when he saw what happened. He immediately radioed for help and then went into the creek. The officer talked to the driver to calm him down while waiting for emergency crews to get there.
Just to get people here as quickly as I could, get on the radio and let people know and get the county fire and the EMS here, which they came in quickly to the scene and were able to help extricate the individual.
Police say the driver was taken to UK hospital. He did not have any life-threatening injuries. In Woodford County, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
In addition to speed, police believe the weather may have also played a factor in that accident. A former Harlan County girls high school basketball coach facing a judge for the first time today.
A grand jury indicted Anthony Nolan last month on sex-related charges. Prosecutors argue he tried to record his players inside the locker room on his cell phone. Players filled the courtroom this morning. As Brittany Nada reports, some of them believe he's innocent.
Supporters of former Harlan County Lady Black Bears basketball coach lined the courtroom as he entered a not guilty plea on sex-related charges involving a minor. Now, due to the sensitivity of this case and some of the girls' ages, the judge asked us not to film them inside of the courtroom, but former and current players showed up to show their support. Despite facing criminal attempt to promote a minor in a sexual performance charges, former players like Lauren Lee say the accusations are simply not true.
He was more than just a coach. He was family. He was like another father through school and on the ball team.
Nolan coached the Lady Black Bears for 6 seasons.
We're all supporting him because we believe he's innocent.
To support Nolan, a group of former players came to court sporting their Harlan County basketball gear and Letterman's jackets.
It just shows that not everybody is against him and everybody's coming together to support him and to help him.
Some even made these t-shirts that say #FreeCoachNolan.
We know what we believe in. We'll support him through everything.
Believing in the person who they say taught them to believe in themselves. A pretrial conference for Nolan is set for January 27th.
Nolan coached the Harlan County High School girls basketball team until earlier this year. This afternoon, troopers are still investigating after a man was found dead in a parking lot. That victim has now been identified as 35-year-old Bill Russell Collins of Knott County. That murder happened yesterday in Floyd County. State police say Collins was found in a parking lot north of Prestonsburg. People living nearby reported hearing gunshots moments before Collins was found. State police say they are interviewing persons of interest.
A major shakeup this morning at the state capitol in Frankfort.
Governor Beshear announced Lieutenant Governor Jerry Abramson is stepping down to take a position at the White House. Former state auditor Crit Llewellyn has been appointed to take his place. Abramson announced he is stepping down to become a deputy assistant to President Obama for intergovernmental affairs. He says in his new position, he will oversee domestic issues like public transportation, job training, minimum wage, and affordable housing. Abramson tells us he will hit the ground running when he starts working under the president come next week.
He has asked me to be a part of his domestic agenda. The team is going to be working with mayors and county officials and governors. To head that up is very, very exciting. You know, it's tough to leave Kentucky. It's tough to leave my hometown.
When asked if the heavy Democratic loss in the election may have had anything to do with the appointment, Abramson said, quote, "This is an amazing opportunity regardless of how the president is doing in the polls." We'll have more on his new position coming up on WKYT News at 5.
This year's election continued this morning in Lincoln County. Two separate races ended in a tie. A coin flip this morning was used to determine who would fill the final seat of the Stanford City Council and Crab Orchard City Commission. Randall Price won the coin toss in the commissioner's race. John Sally won in the city council race. We're holding on to some rain this afternoon with some chilly temperatures in the forecast. WKYT's chief meteorologist Chris Bailey has our first look at the forecast. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Amber. Yeah, indeed. Dealing with a lot of those showers throughout the afternoon. Winds, though, really a big player today. Had those gusts near 40 miles an hour. That is a wintry view from our Skycam in Lexington. It just kind of looks like the heart of winter out there. Low clouds. Got those gusty winds. You can actually see our camera kind of shaking around just a little bit as we look out across the interstate into Hamburg Pavilion. Still a light shower or two around Lexington, 45 degrees. Those winds sustained around 20. Those gusts have been topping out better than 30 miles an hour this afternoon. So we hold on to the hats on a day like this. Here's Live First Alert Defender. Showers not as impressive as what we were seeing earlier when we had a little pea-sized hail, little soft hail slash sleet in some cases with that cold air that is coming at us from top down, similar to what we had about a week ago when we were getting colder from the top of the clouds down to the ground. That leads to the potential for a little sleet. What we're seeing now on top of downtown Richmond, shower from Madison Central High School right on out toward the Lake Reba area. Some additional showers along the Interstate 64 corridor, Owingsville, Moorhead down the Mountain Parkway corridor. A couple more rounds of showers. Watching your northwesterly skies because, guys, anything that is out there in terms of rain will be coming on down the pike. Big question is, can we get something a little more than rain for some areas later tonight? We'll tackle that in the Arctic outbreak in just a moment.
All right, Chris, thank you. Adopting a child is a decision that many parents make, and now a different kind of adoption is gaining in popularity.
Experts say with women waiting longer to have children, infertility increases. So many women are turning to embryo donation. Embryos left over from in vitro fertilization are sometimes donated to a woman who cannot conceive a child.
For us, it wasn't really giving the baby up for adoption. It was just giving someone else a chance at pregnancy.
It's pay it forward and do something nice for someone else, so someone that might not have the chance to have a child. And it's just a very good thing to do.
Tonight at 6, find out about this growing trend of giving embryos to strangers who want a child. Last night, a huge night in Nashville for the CMAs. We'll tell you who won Entertainer of the Year.